I've been testing these speakers all day, different positions. Now it's there. Sometimes I put them next to each other, put them down the desk. So here's my conclusion. And again, this is only my personal experience. This might not work for you. So even when played next to each other, the Neumann still lacks bass for my ears in the 150, 250-ish territory. It sounds like a very, very bright box. Basically, it highlights issues, a lot more than the Dynaudio from about 4K and above. But then I'm not sure about this, because when you play any songs I mixed on the Neumanns, those frequency ranges are not as strong as the Neumanns push them. It's quite pushed forward from 4K and above. But then it lacks life, if I'm honest with you. For me, 150 to 250 is part of life in a song, So yeah, with the Dynaudio, it's more even. And with the tilt function, I can make them sound similar to the Neumann if I would want to, but I just left them neutral. For me, the Dynaudio LYD7 blows away the Neumann KH120s. It's more even. The mid-range is better on it. The top end is not that extremely strong as on the Neumanns. And the low end, yeah, it's insane on the LYD7s. And basically the LYD is it's more clean, it's more tight. The low end is very, very tight. It might be because it's backported, I don't know. But when played next to each other, the Neumanns feel floppy. You can still work with it. It feels like this. And on the Dynaudio, it's like that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm actually not gonna keep them. Even just on the first day, I feel like I'm not gonna keep them. I'm still gonna give this time. I'm gonna still spend 2 weeks with them and then see. But just after the first day, I feel like I found what I was looking for. I'm gonna do more mixes. I did a few test mixes, and interestingly, on the Dynaudio, when I mixed the song, and then I tested it on speakers, especially on Apple earphones, the bass was there where I wanted it to be. So it wasn't more or it wasn't less, it was just the right amount of bass. Whereas on the Neumanns in the past 2 years, that is the region I was always struggling with. So basically, I could just never decide, or I never know what's happening. And again, I thought it's my hearing, but I took these speakers to other studios and other places, home studios. I took it into my home, and it was always the same thing. That 150, 250 was missing. I mean, it was there. It's just less. It's like flat. It's like nothing. So when played next to each other, the Neumann is just a bright box. It's very boxy, weak as well. That's another word I would like to use. And I'm so sorry. I'm not here to say stuff about Neumann, because I do like their products. It's just this one is just not working out for me. As life, what can you do? And I've been searching for something for ages. Again, personal experience. It's just me. This might not be the same for you. And again, I was thinking it's just a room, but it's not the room. I've taken these monitors to other places, lots of other places. So without telling anybody what my issue is with the Neumann, they highlighted the same thing. They're like, "Ooh, where's the bass?" Like, yeah, 50 hertz was okay. 60, kick drum, you could feel the kick drum. Bass, yeah, it's there-ish. It was there maybe or not. And then suddenly it's like, there's a big gap or something. And then the whole thing is back, but then the mid-highs are really pushed forward on the Neumanns. The stereo image is absolutely different on these two. So on the Dynaudio, it does feel wider for me. When I listen to some rock mixes, or I listen to some Lenny Kravitz, old school stuff, Rage Against the Machine, it just felt more even. On the Neumann, it feels like the mid information is more forward and the side information is less, which is interesting. So it changes when you mix. It changes the depth when you mix, where you place the drums, for example, or bass. Whereas on the Dynaudio, it felt like the guitars are more forward. And usually, if by moving them back and forth or making them wider, you can play with this triangle. And my desk is about 2 meters 30. This is quite a wide one, and I'm a big guy as well. It might not seem on the video, so I have plenty of space to play with the monitors. And usually I can play with that. So I usually play songs I know, and then I would move the monitors forward or back, and then suddenly the image changes, so the mid and side information becomes different. So yeah, just after one day, I feel like I'm keeping these Dynaudio speakers, and sadly the Neumanns probably have to go. We'll see. Because if I'm honest with you, the Neumanns are pretty good of highlighting stuff. So it feels like they are not meant to be enjoyable at all. They're gonna highlight stuff. So if something is too much, they're gonna hurt your ears. I'm not joking. Like if the kick is too clicky or snappy, or a vocal is too bright, they're gonna hurt your ears. I don't know that about the Dynaudio yet. So again, the Neumanns feel very surgical and precise, but not musical at all. It's not an enjoyable monitor for me. You can't really decide how the song is going to sound like in the real world. And I think that's what I was missing with them.